Hello. Hey, just looking at the inner forestay high field lever. It's kind of a modified um, setup. A lot, actually, quite less expensive than you can get from the major manufacturers. This is actually handmade by the same guy that built my mast. So just an inner forestay removable, obviously. A few other things that have happened recently. Um, got one of the winches on the mast. First mounted winch ever been on this boat. Um, got all Lumar winches, self-tailing ocean winches. Also, a couple blocks down there. But kind of the main thing, if you move around here to the boom, it's the boom was installed too low on the mast. It wasn't the fault of the guy that built the mast. It was the previous rigger that I had. He set that height there according to the Dodger, but unfortunately, when you're standing in the cockpit, the boom came to my head height, which I'm 5'7", so that's not good for me nor any taller guests that were on board. So I decided to move it up 9 inches. So that's what we've done this week. It was previously hydraulically riveted in, and now it's got 3M 520 or 5200, sorry, and then screws, sheet metal screws in there. What else is new? Okay, so I've got kind of a different antenna setup. The KISS setup on my backstay. It's self-insulated, so you don't have to insulate the chain plate going to the chain plate. So it's a bit safer in some ways. I'm not sure how it's going to work. We'll see. It's got good reviews online for whatever that's worth. But that's happening. And then actually my ground is going to be in the hull, um, running along inside of the hull. So those are the excuse me, the new things happening this week. I've got my forestay being swaged the proper length, so I'll mount the furler, build the furler, and mount the furler probably within the next 2 weeks. So that's why there's nothing on the front there, the boom. And I've got coming, I've got quite a bit of deck hardware. As you can see, there's no primaries mounted winches and no cabin top winches mounted. I'm going to run my Staysail sheet alongside the butterfly hatch there, and then it's going to go, actually it's going to go from port to starboard, and then both port and starboard are going to run along my starboard side to a sheet winch right there where the Dodger would be covering on the port side of the cabin top there. So both sides are gonna be over there. I'm going to try to see if I can get away with not installing a winch in this area. The cabin top is kind of narrow. I mean, not drastically so. It's just, I know when you're cruising, you've got a lot of stuff up there, and it's nice to have one side maybe open, maybe for a chart plotter or whatever over on this side. So we'll see how that works. And then less lines leading aft, so just got the Staysail leading aft, and maybe won't always use it, the Staysail. So what else is happening? I think that's about it right now, but every week we'll have more stuff going on. I've got a lot of hardware coming, and we'll get that mounted up. And right now, actually, that's a big kind of bugaboo here, is installing my Genoa track. You see the boat's got no tracks, either the Staysail nor the Genoa track. So the Genoa track is approximately 12 feet long and screwed in about every 4 inches. So that track, how that track gets attached to the boat, you'd think would be tried and true methods, um, but not necessarily so. So you can't through bolt this. Um, so unfortunately, you've got to use wood screws that are approximately 4 inches long. Every 4 inches, you got 12 feet of, what is that? That's 35, approximately 35 screws to 40 screws on each side of holding the tracks down. So I'm going to do that if I can find the screws. That's the problem. Stainless steel screws, 4 inches long, number 24s are a bit hard to come by. So I'm still searching. So as soon as I find that type of hardware, I'll install that Genoa track. Okay, sign off for now. You take care and safe sailing.